इसमें लाना चाहिए और इंक्लूड करना चाहिए। थैंक यू सो मच।
बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। श्रीमती अगाथा संगमा जी।
धन्यवाद चेयरमैन जी, आपने मुझे ये मौका दिया ये बहुत ही इम्पोर्टेंट बिल पे पार्टिसिपेट करने के लिए। Sir, I would like to, at the outset, on behalf of my political party, the National People's Party, I would like to give our support to this amendment that is being brought in order to include the Darlong community into the Scheduled Tribe list by the Constitution Scheduled Tribe Order 1950 Amendment Bill. Sir, while holistically, we support this amendment, I would like to say that there are very important issues regarding to the scheduled tribes in this country that needs to be given due attention. According to the Niti Ayog's AWST, the Allocation for the Welfare of Scheduled Tribes guidelines, it is mandatory to allocate an amount that is proportionate to tribal population. Initially, the budgetary allocation of rupees 7,355.76 crores and rupees 7,084.07 crores were made for the Ministry of Tribal Affairs for the year 2020-21 and 21-22 respectively, to administer their central sector and centrally sponsored schemes, beside two official programs, Special Central Assistance to Tribal Sub-Scheme and the Grants and Aid under Article 275(1) of the Constitution. However, the allocation was reduced to rupees 5,472.50 crores in 2021 and 6,126.46 crores in 2021-22 at the revised estimate stage. The Ministry of Tribal Affairs could not fully spend the RE allocation in 2020-21 and have been able to spend 4,070.04 crores in 2020-21 up to 15 February 22, leaving apart the cut in allocation made by the Ministry of Finance for the ministries due to COVID. Sir, the National Commission for Scheduled Tribe reports, the Standing Committee on the Social Justice and Empowerment has found that the National Commission has been dysfunctional for the last 4 years and has not delivered a single report to the Parliament. Standing Committee found that these reports, though finalized by the Commission, are withheld with the Union Ministry of Tribal Affairs, as was pointed out by my colleague Mr. Bordoloy. Ministry needs to expedite working and presentation of reports, address the Commission's manpower and budget shortage so that it can be actively worked towards the welfare of the ST community. So in terms of the tribal health report, as I said, we need to look at the holistic development of the scheduled tribe communities. The expert committee on tribal health was constituted jointly by the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare and the Ministry of Tribal Affairs in 2013, and the report was submitted in 2018. The Tribal Health in India, Bridging the Gap and a Roadmap for the Future. It was India's first comprehensive report on tribal health, and it still awaits implementation. The tribal population has endured historic and a systematic discrimination, which needs to be corrected.
मैडम, मंत्री जी का जवाब 4:45 पर है आपसे, और सभी सदस्यों से निवेदन है कि अपनी बात संक्षिप्त में रखिए।
Sir, according to the Tribal Health Report 2018, about 55% of country's tribal population now resides outside their traditional habitat. The report cites that the census 2011 found that 32% decline in the number of villages with 100% tribal population between 2001 to 2011. Sir, the impact of displacement and denial of access to forests have impacted lives and health, especially of the particularly vulnerable tribal groups. These communities have lived in forest and are traditionally dependent on forest resources for their subsistence, as identified by the Government of India itself. In the absence of adequate access to the forest, the Adivasi communities and others that are deprived of their food insecurity and diversity and livelihood security, which inevitably results in poor health outcomes. Studies on women experiences of such displacement in India have shown their ordeal include vulnerability to violence and early marriage. So, according to the Tribal Health Report, about 41% of the tribal population is illiterate as compared
Please conclude.
to the...
Conclude kijiye.
Okay, sir. So in conclusion, I do have a few statistics to put, but since there is paucity of time, I would just like to say that while, my political party, the National People's Party, we welcome this amendment and inclusion of the Dalong community into the scheduled tribe list, we, as a political party, would urge the government to look at a holistic well-being of the tribal communities. And, in order to ensure that, I would request our Honourable Minister
Thank you very much.
to look into the various aspects that I have already
Thank you very much.
pointed out that would give us a holistic indicator of the
Thank you
well-being
very
of
much.
tribal communities. Thank you.
Shri B. Mehtab ji.